Yeah, I'm excited by that. Actually, it took me a while because the Start the Google Hangout is no longer available on the AV site. Now it's a button that says, "Go see this, click this to see Google instructions to manually start the Hangout." So you got to go with that and follow a couple of pages. And it took me a while to put that together. I guess it's degraded so much we've removed that button that says "Start the Hangout automatically" from AV.
I don't notice the degradation in service you talked about, but all right.
Yeah, I mean, it works once you get it going. But anyway, so in terms of Scrum, I guess I'll go first. I haven't done a lot, so I've polished up a little bit of rough edges on the PR that I have outstanding. I think I did something maybe yesterday and the day before, just minor stuff. I looked at PRs, but I don't think there's anything to review, at least not until recently. I think Robert put a PR in just now. So, and I read the overview of the Dinkors integration that Susanna put together. It looks pretty good. Maybe if we have time, we can kind of look at those stories and start to prioritize them. But anyway, that's it for me.
Yeah, and I've been looking at your work. I'm still working on it and putting together a few pivotal tracker stories that I think come from it. And I've done the PR you talked about, the PR about fixing the country stuff.
Oh, good.
Great.
I haven't done anything with my Scrum.
Okay.
Short and sweet.
That's right. Healing mode. Getting there.
Okay. And Susanna's been busy with dog events, it sounds like.
Yes. I haven't been in my city. Well, yes, I have. Since the last meeting, I have been here. I think I did something. I talked to Robert about something.
Yeah.
And I did ask all our members if they had any other ideas or feedback or wishes and stuff for the system, but they didn't.
They didn't, or it's too short time, or
no, a lot of likes on the post, but no reply.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes giving people something specific.
I did give them something specific. I asked them, "What do you want most? This, or this?" But no.
Okay.
All right, sounds good. So maybe we should go over PT right now. Let's see, start sharing my screen. So so we have a client meeting coming up on, Susanna, can you remember whether it's Monday or Tuesday?
I think we noted it in the notes. If we didn't, I have to ask her again.
Right. Monday is what you all told me, that because she couldn't meet on Tuesday for some reason. So.
And I received a change request for my appointment, and that was from Tuesday to Monday too.
Okay, good.
So probably Monday.
Then I just started editing the client meeting agenda for that, and I'll make it Monday the 13th. The problem was that the person taking notes on the last meeting had written it as Tuesday, November 13th.
Yeah, that
would be me. So anyway, I got that wrong.
Yeah, so that's why I asked you, and so whenever you told me it was Monday.
Yep, I thought it was Monday, but again, I saw Tuesday, but the date on Monday, so I wasn't sure. So I think our collective memory is now correct. Yeah, we'll go with that. If she doesn't show up, we'll just have our own meeting and improve everything. So in terms of, maybe we should just talk about what we'll show her or talk about with her. So these stories here were reviewed with her before. Actually, we didn't have, yeah, we did. We showed her some stuff. I demoed Robert's stuff, in fact, so as well as Ashley's, for that matter. So we have email, net application received. Is that Francis's
It is, and he just posted a message to me on Slack yesterday saying he's going to get back to it.
Should we give it back to him then?
Well,
Or, yeah.
yeah.
Let's see.
And then I think if he doesn't respond by or make progress by this weekend,
Mm-hmm.
then we can revisit. Because that's important that, Susanna, you get notified when there's a new application. I think that will be very helpful.
Yep. Yep. Capistrano, there's still ongoing story there that'll be carried forward. This is the one that you just put a PR in for, right?
Yep.
Okay, so I haven't reviewed that yet. We can show them this. This has been merged, 388. Remember, can't edit their app once it's been approved. So we can demo that on Monday. Are you going to be able to attend Monday, Robert?
Probably not. It's after our meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
8 o'clock our time.
Yeah, no. That I always have to leave early on Monday.
Okay, so I'll demo yours again and take credit for it as well. So
Yeah, great.
that's how it works.
And then you get blamed if Patrick.
Yeah, if something goes wrong.
Oh yeah, well, Robert did that. So
Yeah.
what are you gonna do with that?
That's great too.
Do we press the accept button on that then, and we're ready to deliver?
I did deliver. So right now it's queued up for a client review.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah. That's okay. Org number. So this is a design thing.
Yep.
Robert, any words on that or any discussion we should have on that?
No, not a discussion. I just have to write it down on the page, and then we can have a discussion about it if we want to.
Good.
But yeah, I did think about it, and I have it in my mind, but not on paper yet.
So your intent is to come up with a design and then close this and open an implementation story? Is that right?
We can do. We can do that. I don't mind. I can also do it. Really do it in code on this one, but we'll see after the discussion. That's okay.
Yeah, so it just says design, but if you want to actually implement in this story, I don't have any problem with that. It makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
Payment processing membership. So I did incorporate the rule changes we talked about that Robert had come up with, especially separating approval process from payment on transaction. So that's in the code at this point. So I thought maybe, I don't know if I'll demo to Bella the way it works because she's basically seen it, but I will describe to her the changes that we've made since I demoed it to her. I'm sure she didn't get all the nuances of the business rules that I talked to verbally, but we'll just go over those yet again to make sure she's comfortable with.
Yep.
And especially the payment processing and approval process separation. And automatically marking a user as a member if they pay their fee, as long as they have an application available. That's an application is accepted status. If they don't have an application in accepted status, the payment button is not present. They can't pay. And I think that's what we all agree to.
Yeah.
Yep. Anything else we want to talk about? So we only have really one bona fide demo and then maybe a mini demo to talk about business rules here. Anything else? Is this something we want to demo to Bella if we had it ready and approved by Monday, Robert?
That's to Susanna. I don't think Bella uses it, does she?
No, she's never been logged in as an admin.
Okay.
No.
All right. So
okay,
we'll just
that's no use. No.
finish it. Yep. Okay. Do we want to move stuff over, or do we allow Pivot Tracker to do its magic once it comes up on Tuesday or Wednesday? I forget when it shifts to the next sprint, but I think it might be
maybe we talk about priorities. Are they in the right order? And then either way, it will work.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I haven't had a chance to review these, but we can vote on stuff too, actually.
Yeah.
So this is a chore ensure all environmentals start with SHF underscore.
Right.
So,
So that,
we might as well just, yeah, go ahead. Actually, this is yours.
oh, okay. Well, I was going to talk more about priorities.
Oh, all right. Yep.
I mean, yeah, it needs to be done, but I don't think it belongs at the top.
Right.
Susanna, I guess, yeah, for you looking at things here in the backlog, are there things, or even in the icebox, are there things that jump out to you that are important that we should make sure are moved towards the top?
Let me see. Well, it's I don't even know if it's in there, but implementing the age branding fee payment button.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not
Because-
broken out specifically, not yet.
Because now there is the pay for the members to do, and it's easy and pretty, probably. But in order to get a full payment, we also need the age branding fee payment button.
So, okay, great. I think Ashley just did that. So let's queue up that topic for discussion with Bella again on Monday then.
We have talked to her about this, and she agreed in the last meeting we had, you, me, and her, that this was important, so that the full membership fee could be paid in the system, and we didn't have to have a separate system for the age branding fee.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So do you think we confirmed your idea of having a button on the company page that allows somebody to, and so we don't designate somebody as the designated payer of that fee. The company people just figure out amongst themselves who clicks that button and who pays it.
Yes. It requires a bit of information, but I think it's only 5 or so companies that have more than one person associated.
Okay. All right. Well, that's easy enough then. So did everybody get that? It's going to be fairly straightforward now.
So I just added a description. It just says need a button on the company page that can be paid for a company.
Yes. And also, let's see, where did I put that?
Number 6.
So yeah, there you go. So if anybody, whoever does that, probably, I suppose I'd probably be more efficient at it since I know the mechanics there. This is basically what we talked about. And I think it really simplifies things to do it that way.
And then there is for me to create the HIPS account and to get SSL certificate running.
Right.
Yeah. Do we have a story for that?
We do have a certificate. Yeah. I think if you do a search on SSL. Nope, maybe not. Huh.
I think somebody added this test or story that I wrote, we'll need SSL certificate if we use HIP safety. Or maybe I did, I don't know. That's just a task associated with payment system document criteria. So there's a story we could hang our hat off if we want.
I think there should be a story, and I think there is one in there. So that we need to move up in priority.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I guess in order to show up in the backlog, we need to give it points, right? So why don't we just start with that then? So this is an old.
Well,
it's very old, yeah.
Yeah, I think there should be a chore specifically for that. And like I think I'm looking, I thought there was one, but maybe not. Okay, well, let's just create one.
What's this complaint about? Accepted state must be estimated.
Oh yeah, that was.
Well, it's already done, huh? Okay, so it's a moot point. Just give it 0 points then. It's not allowing me to close it otherwise. So, okay, so we need a story for that, for the SSL business. And do you want to just create one story, Susanna, for the SSL, as well as you need to create a commercial account in HIPS that we actually start using for production?
Yes. No, 2 stories.
So,
and they're about 1 point each because one is yeah, they're very easy.
okay. So when we do that, what I'd like to do is use our staging environment in Heroku to execute a few transactions using that account. Invoicing, push payments go through just once. Okay, good. So that's high priority. So do you want to just set both of them to 1 point, as you just said, Susanna? Is everybody okay with that?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, great. H branding fee payment. So I'd like to propose we assign 2 points to that. It's just building on something we'll already have in place at that point.
Yeah, that seems right. It's definitely more than 1, and
and it's not a 3 anymore. Yeah. Okay. All right. What else? Dinker spike. Should we move that up to
Yes.
be more visible? Okay.
When the payments are done, I think that is the next top priority thing.
So given that this is spike, it could be bigger or smaller than, it could be bigger or small depending upon who does the spike and how far they take it. I'd suggest not too far because the spike shouldn't go too far.
right.
Before we review it and figure out what we're going to do with it.
So I did some work on it. I'll put that in the description. I'm not sure yet if I should be assigned that or not. I'll put in the description, talk to me, because you could at least copy and paste a lot of the busy work code, just variable names connecting with incurs.
Should we give it a 2 then, as a kind of medium ground here?
I think so.
Okay. So on that, we can talk about the Dinker stuff in a minute, but I got the impression, Susanna, that what you wanted to do with Dinkers is not so much do an API connection, but before we did the API connection to Dinkers, you wanted actually us to build an ability for a user to manually create an event in our system.
Whichever comes first.
Whichever, okay, so it doesn't matter which comes first, okay.
So my suggestion is to do the Dinkers first, because that shows you, 75% of all the attributes you need for an event. In other words, if we create
that's a good model to follow. Yeah,
what's that?
That's a good model to follow, in other words.
Because we're going to have to do our own event, and we want to try and keep them coordinated.
Yep, makes sense. And certainly they've thought about it more than we have. That's their business. So.
Well, yeah, and then we have to decide how we, is Dinkers read only, and how that all will work, and blah blah blah. So, okay.
Yes, probably.
Well, I think initially it'd be pretty powerful to be able to push to it too. But
right.
Walk before run, right?
Well, and what they allow and all that. So should we have another task in there that's a spike, but is dependent on the Dinker spike being done first?
What would that spike be?
Actually, I don't even know what a spike is. So.
Just kind of to do some work to explore how things might look. So it's not necessarily something that you'll, like maybe what you'll discover is, oh, this is much more complicated. Or sometimes you can take the work and immediately go forward with it. So it's just,
testing, sort of.
Yeah, right. Just playing and seeing what you discover. So it'd be a spike for our events in SHF.
I see what you mean.
Or maybe we just need to, I'll think about that more. Maybe we just need to design it first.
I think it's a design thing, actually. I think a spike usually involves technology you're not familiar with and not sure it'll fit in correctly.
Yeah, agree.
Okay. Let's see what else. So exception notification. What's your idea behind this, Ashley?
There's a gem that whenever you have a problem with your system, and you can set it at different levels and you can customize it. It allows you to hook into different things like email or Slack or Twitter, so that you get a message sent by the system saying, "Hey, problem." So Susanna has set up the new Slack team outside of Agile Ventures. And so
Patrick has joined.
Yeah, and so all we need is just like the ID for that, and then we can start getting notifications if something happens with the system.
So just a question. So there are external services like Airbrake that you can instrument your production app with that will capture exceptions, and I assume will also alert you to the fact that an exception
Right.
occur. Would it be one or the other we'd use, or are they complementary?
This is just like a really small, simple version. Airbrake, does a whole, and all those do a whole lot more. So this is a free, simple gem to get us started. Okay,
so this is a starter kit. We may grow beyond it, or maybe stick with it for a while.
Absolutely, so I've implemented another. It's pretty straightforward, and I think that will, yeah.
Well, I'd like to propose, let's vote on that. That sounds pretty important, especially when we go into production with payments.
Right.
Okay. So, Ashley, do you want to propose? We're cheating this whole voting thing, I know, but it takes so much time to do a formal voting. Do you want to propose a point structure like that?
Yeah, one, because all I need now is just a little bit of info from Susanna, and it's really straightforward.
Okay, excellent, great. Okay. For good measure, do you want to vote on this? If we vote on it, it'll go into the next sprint because we have 7 points we can do now. Our velocity is going up now that we've applied points to other things. So I would suggest maybe we don't vote on this because we don't want to take up space in this next sprint. It's not that important. Maybe there's something else that should go in front of it. Let's see, 1, 2, 4, 6, 7. There's our sprint right there. There's 7 points. And that's why it's graded this way.
Yeah, I agree. I'm moving this down.
We should design for events in SHF.
So we can move that down. I'll move that.
Okay. Yep. All right. I think we're in pretty good shape. And again, we can pull in things from the backlog as we proceed. Run out of things to do, so no problem there. Anything else you want to talk about in the backlog?
There's a bug that's been down in there. Fix DB initialization.
Yeah.
This one here. Yeah.
That's really a very easy one because it could be just a documentation update.
Okay. Okay, I just wanted to check on that.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, I knew it wasn't production related.
Okay. You can put it on my name, and then I'll fix it.
Okay, good. Thanks. It's nice to have a volunteer on a team, right?
I know.
We're not used to that. So we should give it, so what do you think, Robert, a 1?
Well, it's a bug, so I think it should be.
Robert wants 0.
Oh, that's 0. Right, you want 0. Yeah, okay. We'll do it a 0. We still have to have that, that discussion.
Yeah.
Anyway, we don't need to do it. Hey, go ahead.
I'm fine to have the discussion. For me, but we don't have to do it now. But yeah. If we're finished with this, it's.
Yeah, I think we are.
Yeah. Okay, for me, but it's in the extreme cases when you have a story, you give it points. You have 2 ways to do it. You can do it quickly, and then you get a bug afterwards, and then you would add another point for the bug. And that would just bring up your velocity, and it shouldn't, because it's just work you didn't do in the first sprint.
Mm.
And that's why you shouldn't, in my opinion, you shouldn't give bugs points.
That's the theory about bugs. They don't provide client value. And I fully on board with that, except that for me, we're using points, in my opinion, to measure our capacity to do things, regardless of what those things are.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying too, Patrick. I'm not talking about the client. I'm talking about if you have a story that's 3 points, and you have 2 choices to do that one. You can do it quickly, and then you probably have a bug in it, and then the next sprint you will give extra points to the bug, which makes it the velocity over the 2 weeks bigger than it should be.
So Robert, can you, so I get that. I just want to flush this out in my mind, I think. So can you describe to me, how would you describe the purpose of, or how would you describe what velocity means in Pivotal Tracker then?
The amount of work you can do, the amount of work that you think you can do in a sprint.
Okay. Because I can see both.
But the amount of work we have to do in a sprint, I mean, bugs will happen. I know in an ideal world, we don't produce bugs, but I mean, this is a perfect example. Who could have foreseen whatever this thing is that we had a problem? Anyway.
Yeah.
So bugs happen and they consume resources.
But more bugs happen if you do your work, if you don't do your work
correctly.
Correctly. Or, I mean, in the extreme case, again, you can do your work very quickly, and then instead of the 3 points you gave it in the beginning, you do it quicker. But then you have a bug the next week.
Right. And so then Robert
and then if you give it another point that week, it keeps your velocity high while it shouldn't.
So.
But okay, it's.
Yeah, I mean, I could go either way on this, but a bug represents work. It also represents, even though we don't take account in our velocity, it's intrinsic in our velocity numbers, the work that goes into reviewing the PR, to standing it up independently, making sure that it works for you, not just the author, all of that stuff.
Yeah.
I guess that's not an argument either way that I just said.
So I get, well.
Yeah, it is an argument. Yeah, it's.
Well, not as strong.
That's work that you have to do double. That's true.
Right, and I see that. Right, if a higher velocity is in some sense better, because it, for the most part, represents capabilities that you're delivering with the system, whether it's user facing or not. Then, right, but also the whole picture is that velocity plus and the capability. So we might have a higher velocity if really we're spending a lot of time on bugs and they have a point. But we'll also see that we're not delivering very much capability. So it's almost a ratio.
Yeah, but the automatic system from Pivotal Tracker will not see that. It will just fill our sprint with the velocity that we're at.
Right, and if bugs have velocity. I guess I'm leaving.
Well, we can break down, our velocity is 17, but how much of that historically has been, if we can keep track of our bugs separately. Hopefully we want to see more red and yellow in here, which is chores and features. So we can look at that, how much of our velocity is being consumed by bugs, how lousy or how good we are at avoiding bugs when we produce code.
These are just numbers, I think, not velocities. Or not points.
They're not points. They're actual stories. Yep.
And you can. I know that there's a way to look at. I don't know if it's on that page, but to look by stories as opposed to points. But so
Well, these are just stories here to Robert's point.
Right. But I'm saying there's another.
There's probably a way to see the points consumed by stories per type.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, maybe so. We can leave it alone for now. I don't have a real strong feeling either way on this one. Come back to it later when we've thought about it a bit more.
Yep, I'm good.
Okay.
How about you, Susanna? You've been quiet.
Yeah.
Does this strike you any particular way, or?
I find both views valid, but it doesn't necessarily mean you did a quick and dirty job when a bug pops up.
No, that's true.
Right.
So sometimes, maybe, usually, no, you never know, but sometimes you could do a really good job and then a bug pops up anyway because of a obscure scenario that nobody thought about.
Yeah,
Right.
that's true too.
Yeah, bugs happen. I mean, one of the things I like about the Agile process, from what I experience and understand, is there's no blame when bugs happen. You know.
No.
Or if there is, it's a communal failure in that all of us reviewed that code that went in that had bug in it, and I'm just as responsible because I reviewed it, even though I didn't develop the code because I didn't see it. You know, so.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. I agree totally. But it's also true that if as a team you you work faster, or you want to work faster, or that bugs are probably becoming more
likely.
More likely, yeah.
Yeah. Thank God we don't have commercial pressure on us from a boss.
and we do have the problem that we can only do the points of the bugs afterwards. That's
that's true.
Also a bit strange.
Yeah.
Or we can create a de facto bug for each story and assign a bug to it already and give it a point, just in anticipation of it. Bug. We don't want to do that.
Look how many bugs we didn't have. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. These are bugs we avoided. We can recover velocity points for them. So.
Okay.
Anything else on that? So. Okay. So here, if people could spend some time on payment processing, so I'm hoping that Monday we can tell Bella that maybe in another 2 weeks we're positioned to pull the trigger and move it into production. Do you guys feel comfortable with that?
Yeah. I am in the process of reviewing it. I've done a bit, and there's only a few changes until now. So.
Good. Yeah, I should be able to do it, the review.
Okay, great.
I say changes, but I mean things I don't understand. That's.
Well, once the changes come out, and then we can move on to the branding stuff. I'm excited to get that in there too, to make a complete package. I
have a question. Susanna, have you done an SSL certificate before?
Yeah, on my site. Well, on the Brandvarning site, that will probably not be used by. But anyway, yes.
Okay, I just wanted to check if you needed any help from anybody and who might be able to be a resource.
I think Lupia does that for you. Or maybe we don't have to do, maybe Lupia, I don't know. That's what we had to figure out, if it was supposed to be done on DigitalOcean or on Lupia. Don't remember what we decided there.
Okay. So, Patrick or Robert, have you all done SSL certificates?
I never have.
I don't think I ever have either, but I'm thinking about it.
Okay, I've just done simple ones. So, all right. Well, if you need any help or get stuck, I guess ping any of us and we'll team up on it. Because that's pretty important. Can't do payments without having that.
No, I know this.
Okay.
You can actually, but HIPS and we strongly recommend that you.
Yeah.
I wouldn't make a payment to any system that didn't have a valid certificate.
Be irresponsible for sure.
They have. I'll mute myself for a minute or two.
Okay.
So the only other thing that I have is I did start to look at. I did read this stuff this morning. This is the DINCORS stuff.
Yeah.
I thought the user stories here were a great start.
Right.
And I did want to clarify with Susanna, do you want to have manual creation of events on our side, or do you want the, it sounds like it's half flip a coin with her, which is great. So I think that's it. I think I want to read this one more time and see if I have any questions that pop up, but overall, I think it's it looks pretty good.
Good. So maybe, yeah, I'll see how I do if this weekend I can maybe just post what I did as a work in progress, and then people can.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Paste.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty then, huh?
Good. Payments plugging along, and
yeah. So I can demo Robert's stuff for Bella. I can get prepared for that. And unless you want to do that, Ashley, I am going to be talking about payments as well.
No, I have every confidence in your ability to do so.
There's a non-volunteer on the project. I'm kidding. So, okay, so on the payment stuff, I'll make sure that we go through the revised business rules yet again with Bella, and make sure she's comfortable with all of that.
Yeah, yeah.
And should be a nice short meeting. Oh, I know. I wanted to ask Susanna. She had something in here about, which I thought was great. Yeah, this one here. I would love to see that too. What's that? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not sure my screen. So she's in that. Yeah. Let me
in the DIN thing?
Yeah, I'll share my screen again. Get it to work.
Yeah.
So this thing. So I thought this was great. If we could maybe get rolling on that fairly soon, that would be really useful.
And I think that there are two people that did say, yeah, this is really important. And Susanna, you identified them. I can't remember if I put them into PT or not.
Yeah, I remember 2 or 3, right? People expressed a strong interest in it.
Susanna's maybe still muted.
Well, we can talk about this Monday with Bella as well.
Yeah.
Maybe at the same time they send out information about we're moving to online payments, they also talk about this.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Like I said, I didn't need to show my screen for that.
Oh.
Okay. Oh, anything else?
Nope.
Not really, no. We're getting shorter and shorter.
What?
Because we're a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
It's just because we always agree. That's
what is in your coffee? What kind of coffee shops have you been visiting there?
I'm not telling you.
They have those funny coffee shops.
Right.
So,
Okay.
so we.
Go ahead.
I'm back.
Okay.
So Susanna, we're talking about your idea of canvassing your user base for ideas on what they'd like to see with Thinker's integration.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you said you've got 2 or 3 people already who've expressed strong interest, but we can. What about queuing that up to talk about with Bella on Monday? What do you think?
Did you talk about what?
About asking the users, letting them know we're moving on this Dinkor's integration thing.
Yeah, I know. Understand.
And what things they'd like to see in such integration.
But she saw my question and she saw the people who raised their hands, so I don't think she will have a different answer. But maybe, you never know.
Yep.
Maybe just to remind her. But yeah, that. And if she has ideas about reaching out towards them, or any more specifics.
Who's more of the interface to the user base, Susanna? Is it yourself or Bella? She's on payments,
It's
right?
Facebook.
No, I mean, but who takes the lead in the users more, you or Bella? Or it depends on the topic.
No, she doesn't talk to anybody, I think, unless they want a receipt.
Okay, so it's you for the primary interface to the users then.
Is there somebody else on the board?
Caro is working on the campaign, and nobody is checking our SHF primary email at the moment. So I have delegated that now.
Good for you.
I can't do everything.
Why not?
Right.
So can you tell us a little bit more about that campaign that you alluded to?
No, because I haven't seen it myself.
So it's a marketing publicity campaign, right?
Yes.
Okay.
There will be a short video infomercial sort of thing, and a radio jingle, and flyers, posters. If Caro had her way, it would be on all bus stops in all of Sweden, but we don't have the money for that. But yeah, it will be visible.
In the timing?
It's supposed to have been done, but we do have a storyboard to approve, but I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, you mean this campaign might start before the end of the year?
I think she wants it to have started before the fair that we're gonna be on, and the date of that fair is
That the big dog expo thing in December?
No.
Yes,
December. You're right. 16th to 17th of December.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
I thought it was the one in January, but in January is Gothenburg. Yes.
Oh.
Okay.
All right. So in the wiki.
Oh my God. I'm double booked.
Well, I mean, before you ask though, it goes without saying that the development team here is available for that video. I know you guys want to highlight us, so we are available for that. Talk to our agents.
It will be cartoons.
Good.
Animated.
Probably better to do it that way.
Cartoon of Mandy would be excellent. On the internet, nobody knows you're a dog.
That's right, on the internet.
For the big dog industry fair, is that in Stockholm?
Yes.
And that's December 17th?
16 and 17. But me and Dup are booked at the Nosework trial at the 16th, so I can't be there then.
I'm just putting it on our wiki homepage because that seems like a we can put it someplace else, but I'm just making a note.
And then we will be at the CCC in January.
CCC?
Okay.
Another convention or something?
Just posted that in Slack.
Choice control and communication.
It's in English, if you care to attend.
I'd love to attend. A few logistics to work on.
Yeah. Choice control and communication. That sounds like something you could do with people too.
Yeah, of course. One of the speakers is an all-people person.
Mm-hmm. Good.
An all-people person?
I mean, they don't work with dogs.
Oh, okay. I didn't know there was a word for that, but okay.
I'm a partial people.
All-people person.
Okay. Psychologists.
That's
I
right.
have a partial one.
Yeah. Actually still working on that click control without actually explicitly using that click. I'm going to figure it out eventually.
For people, it's called tag teach.
Tag teach.
That's right.
Teaching with acoustical guidance.
Right.
Oh.
Or donuts.
I heard that.
Whatever gets you motivated.
That's right.
Okay, cool. Well, great, good information.
I'm waiting to hear back from Lopia. They're gonna call me when it's my turn in the line. Gonna ask them about SSL
certificates. So yeah, you'll need to pay for one, and then we just need to put the information on our server, the right files. So those are the basics. All right, great.
All right. Well, I guess that's it. Anybody else? Anything?
No. So see you Monday.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye,
Have a good
everybody.
weekend. Bye now.